Hey, everybody. Welcome to the new episode of the Boostly podcast. Today, I am really excited because we've got a very special guest. And often I see the question in Facebook groups all the time of what PMS should I go for? Or is there software that can help me automate and help me with guest communication when I'm taking direct bookings? And today, we're going to dive into that subject. So today I've got Andrew Shaw. So yeah, he's the director of product of Hospitable, which is an epic piece of software. Andrew, take it away. Please introduce what is Hospitable and what does it do?
Yeah, so we're basically, we don't even like to call ourselves a PMS, really. We're, I guess, a channel manager, a PMS, sure. We started out mainly focused on messaging. So I think that's what people know us for best is the automated messaging. So we're pretty good at that. And then we do kind of everything else in that space. So operations, smart lock automation. We say our mission is to gift hosts their time back. So basically that is our founding and ethos is to do everything we can to give hosts their time back. And then, yeah, I've been focused mainly on the direct booking side, like you mentioned. So we've got kind of unique offering there. And then we've got some kind of secret projects cooking in the works as well.
How does it really help the host? What kind of aspects does Hospitable cover?
Yeah. So on like the channel management side, we're working with Airbnb, Booking.com, VRBO. So we kind of help you just, maintain your operations across different platforms. So that's, it's some of it is content management. Some of it is, I want to have this, set up my greetings, my answers to frequently asked questions all in one place and not repeat those across, every different platform. Yeah, I think where we get unique in that aspect is we're targeted at the smaller scale host generally, and we have hosts with over 1,000 properties, but our secret sauce is mainly focusing on hosts that are just getting started out on their journey. They may never become a property manager. I think our average host size is like 2.5, 3 properties. Most of them are owners, not operators in that sense. And so we make different decisions. We try and be unique. We try and do things just a little bit differently in the industry, which I think generally focuses on the property manager side. So we do, little touches. I think we're very easy to use, and we have to be affordable at that range. So I think a lot of hosts appreciate that we start out pretty affordable.
What would you say has been the biggest win so far for Hospitable as a company?
We've had a pretty long history. I've only been here for just coming up a few days away from a year with Hospitable myself. And yeah, thinking back through the history of it, one of the recent ones, I don't know if I can speak for the entire history. We did, despite what you might see on LinkedIn from other people, we had the first ChatGPT implementation in the industry. So that is something where I think we were early on AI even before the ChatGPT wave, and did a really good job automating messaging. And now we have something that was just wildly popular with our host is you can just reply in the inbox on any channel and we'll generate it. And I think over 50% of those messages get sent without any editing. And that was just like the V1 for us of AI in the inbox. And we've got all kinds of different improvements coming to that. I think it's going to enable us to do some really interesting things. And especially like going back to, our focus on giving hosts their time back, we're trying to do zero setup, like really use AI to get to, where you don't have to set up any of these features for them to work. And that fits also, targeting, small hosts that don't have a lot of time and maybe aren't professionals at this. It really fits with our mission.
When it comes down to the guest experience, how does it help get a 5-star review from, say, a guest? What is the difference from a guest's point of view? Does a guest know that the host has got this software connected at all?
Yeah, we try and make it as natural sounding as possible, right? And I think generally a normal reservation, you're going to have a mix of both automated and personalized communication coming from the host. But yeah, our founding pain point was that the anxiety you get as a host when you know you want to be fast to respond, and you might be out with, at a movie with your partner, and you're still checking your phone, during the movie. You can never get away from that. So that anxiety was very real for our founder, Pierre, not me. And we just went from there. So we started expanding from there. And how do we really give the quality of life back to the hosts? And that does get you 5-star reviews. And so, you can iterate on your kind of, they kind of become your SOPs as a host. You kind of iterate on, what are the questions I'm getting? You're improving your answers to those questions as you go. And I think the guests can recognize that and appreciate that. And then you're automating things that, the platforms, the OTAs are judging you on. So, we help you automate your reviews. So you make sure, you're giving out good sounding and yet automated reviews for every guest, unless you say, okay, this is a bad guest, and we'll do a little bad review feature that you can actually, mark up during the stay, and that'll go out in like the last 30 seconds of that booking window on the OTA. So you're not going to get, a retaliatory review in case the guest sees that and is reminded that, oh, they want to submit a review too. So those are kind of the fun things that we've done.
What are some of the new features and the new changes, or the things that you're excited about coming along?
Yeah, so I'm just dovetailing on your point about making it easy to start. I think that also fits in with how we work with Boostly. I think you guys are kind of more of the advanced option in this space for like direct booking sites, right? We make it as easy as possible to spin up, just a starter site to get you started, to start experimenting. Because again, we're at that smaller scale host into the marketplace where you might not be taking direct bookings currently and you just want to get started. And that's where we'll take all of that content that already exists and you've already spread across your other OTA channels, and we'll help you spin up a business in 15, 20 minutes flat. And then as you get good at that business, then you start to invest in more advanced tools like Boostly, and can start to really grow a proper business out of it. But that's the side I'm on the direct booking. So that's normally what I get excited about, is just what we're working on. So we just rolled out promo codes. That was one of our most requested features. I think the direct stuff that we're doing, the direct booking stuff, is still a pretty nascent product. I joined the company basically to get that to market. And I was just floored at, again, going back to like we make unique decisions, we try to be different. We wanted to take a different tack with direct booking and kind of be a hybrid. And I think what we saw in the marketplace was a whole bunch of what we have as our direct basic offering, which is, we're going to give you a site and we're going to plug in payment processing to it. And we said, hold on, there's actually a lot of things the OTAs do that are interesting. And that was where we kind of came up with, okay, let's try not, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's keep some of the risk management things. And so that's why we are the merchant of record for our direct premium offering, which means we're protecting you from chargebacks, which is actually what I spend a good deal of my time on lately. Is that's a whole interesting topic in itself. But then, yeah, giving you guest vetting protection integrated, built into the product for every reservation, giving you $5 million of damage protection with every direct booking reservation. Again, that really makes it easy for a newer host to experiment with these things where they might have some anxiety about opening up their home and not having Airbnb or Booking.com's protections in place as well. We're going to meet you kind of halfway with this hybrid option.
You mentioned chargebacks. For people listening who might not know what a chargeback is, what is a chargeback, and how does Hospitable help with that?
Yeah, I think I would have included myself in that audience of not knowing much about it about 60 days ago. But yeah, we just started getting ours in, and man, it's a learning experience. And I can't imagine going through that as a small scale host. These guys are sophisticated. We're seeing chargebacks for fraud, and we're working with a payment processor, massive payment processor, and like the fraud scores on a chargeback are minimal. So like you have like out of 100 as a blocked charge from a credit card, we're seeing like 20 fraud scores. So like very, very clean. They pass through guest vetting, they pass through this, and we're still getting it. It's a stolen card, or it's an unauthorized card. And so we're evolving to that. But all along the way, our stance is that as the merchant of record, that's our chargeback. It's not our hosts. So our hosts get paid out. I'm dealing right now. We had, I guess, a ring of them that just did 3 chargebacks, about $6,500 across 2 different hosts. That's us. We ate that. That's a learning lesson from us. We keep expanding and growing. Our hosts don't even know that this ever went to chargeback. So they got paid all the same. And then again, put yourself in the shoes of that small scale host that just took a big booking. They were all excited. And then, a week after they check out, you get a notification from the credit card company that you now have to defend the ability to actually get this payment that you thought was all locked up, because that was a stolen credit card. And we're using all kinds of different sophisticated tools, and they're still getting through. And so no matter how good you think you are about this, you're going to be losing thousands of dollars on bookings that you thought were already bankable. And you've got this 90-day chargeback window. And that's, again, Pierre talks about this, our founder. He said, happiest day was, when we got the first chargeback and we said, look at how valuable this is for a host. Yeah, sucks losing a few $1,000s, but we can stomach that aggregated across our entire direct booking business. If you're a single host, that might be your last direct booking that you're willing to take, and you're out of the business, and you're going to say, I'm just going to stick with Airbnb.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.